Okay. Look, so this is one of the first videos in the Beastie channel, on the True Talk channel, where I'm actually reacting to some of the comments you guys have made on a post I made. Right. So about a month ago, right, when JJK had ended, I made a post on Reddit on multiple, pages of JJK, you know what I'm saying? Because the main one is just very, very kind of a little too strict. But the fact is though that I did make a post, a discussion post where, how did you guys feel about the ending? Because I know I felt a lot of things about the ending. Matter of fact, I just made a whole video about it right now. I just recorded a whole bunch of like 40, 10 minutes worth of stuff about how I felt about the ending. So I want to get y'all thoughts on it too. And honestly, this is gonna be, like I said, the very first video where I'm gonna react to some of the comments, and it's gonna be like one of the fun videos where I'm just reading off your comments and see how you guys, kind of feel about it though. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, like I said, I've been with the series. I've been reading the manga since what, February of 2022. I remember I binge read all the, like, legit from hidden inventory all the way to the like beginning of the calling games in like 2 days. That was like a bunch of chapters, but it was so cold to read. But to see this downfall was so extremely, disappointing that I just need to get, I just want to hear your thoughts on this too, of when it happened. And also, I'm very sorry it took so long. Like I said, I had to go back and do some research because after reading or being with the manga for 2 years, I had forgotten a lot of things that happened, in the manga where I had to go back and do some research. And since that's done, let's get on to this video. Okay, so number one comment between from Biggest Cheese 60 is no gay sex between Ghetto and Gojo. Well, honestly, I'm not really down for that though, but we already know that Gojo is well, I think he's straight. I hope he is, tight joint. Um I mean, there's so many women out there that kind of wanted him, like the teacher from the, what was it? From the Hidden Inventory, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if he's really like that, if he's gonna flip the side, but throughout the whole entire series or the manga series, it seemed like he kind of was, because he kept on giving so much mercy to Ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he the strongest, but yeah, he fall to his knees and be the weakest towards Ghetto. Very strange. For number two is by More Winner 6965. He said, "Rush ending, many unresolved plot points." You know what? For sure. Too many of them, man. There's too many things that Gay has just forgotten about, and honestly, that's just, as a writer, I feel like that if you create something and your idea can literally go and gravitate towards the minds of millions of people, it's in your, as a matter of fact, it's your duty to make sure your writing is as perfect as possible, especially when the whole world is calling you a genius. So I feel like, yeah, he definitely did. Man, he disappointed a lot of people, man. On some real stuff though, for real. For number three, this kind of like is a thread, but I'm gonna read off this one guy. From Clear Noise 2074. He said Nabora and Yuji never got together. Now, honestly, I kind of did see him had the little chemistry thing, especially towards the end of like season one. But ever since that little tall girl named Yuko popped up, I think like in what, episode one of season two? No, actually like episode six of season two. I felt like that she was gonna be the one for, for Yuji, but the fact is though she never got to be the one was kind of strange. So like, what's the point of adding this character that likes Yuji but she never gets to be with Yuji? Very strange though. But I do feel like that Yuji and the board does have, that chemistry, and honestly though, I just feel like, this this series does not have enough character interactions to the point where I can see them together. So I can't see them together, but at the same time though, if it was there, I guess it was there, but it just really wasn't there. So. Uh, That's just true right there. And seeing as the rest of the thread is, seems like this guy is a big saying that Momo has a fat ass. I guess so. Okay, for number three, it's from Toji and Maki the Goat. Now I think definitely for sure. I think those characters definitely is the type of characters that Yuji should have been, right? You know what I'm saying? Yuji has, strong and fast feats, but how can he didn't have no weapons like how Toji Maki did? I feel like he should have had that too, and he would have been a code as Toji on some real stuff though. I feel like it's wasted writing. Um, but anyway, what he has said is that as someone who actually enjoys the ending, my main thing was the more conclusive feeling to it. Like I actually like the chapter, but it doesn't feel like a conclusion. It feels like a lead up to something that's more that we really aren't going to get. But I'll counter this by saying I actually enjoyed Sukuna's talk with Mahito, and I expect to see Mahito again. And it's such a damn interesting outlook for both characters with how Sukuna changes his views once he lost. Hell, I'm even fine with Goldberg's part in this chat despite people saying it's a killing his character, but I think it's fine, or I think it fits with him wanting to raise up the next generation of sorcerers. Uh, yeah, that is definitely something. Yeah, that's true. I feel like every chapter I read in the last couple 2 years for this series, it didn't feel like it was a little bit empty, like something was missing. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was learning something, but yeah, I was kind of lost. Definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. Um, yeah, I do kind of feel in that one though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that Gege was definitely tired of Gojo because in the end he said what the hell he said? He said he's tired of Gojo too. I think he said he's don't you guys have enough Gojo type joints? So I do feel like that. You know what? This comment right here is right. Is right as hell. Yeah, but I feel like the next generation sorcerers aren't really gonna be none. I hope they don't make no Boruto with JJK. You know what I'm saying? I hope they don't do it, man. I just hope they don't do it. But I can kind of see it though because if the series is making money, they might milk it. To be honest though. Okay, next one is from Giratana or my fault, Giratina 776. He says Nobito Zenny's ghost didn't appear to Chris Redfield Yuta into banging Maki. Yeah, it's funny as hell. I feel like Yuta should have got with Maki. Considering I think Rika's not really around no more. I guess Rika's just more used as like a weapon thing, or it's not like Rika's in it. I guess she just used as like a tool now. Apparently what some people say. You know what I'm saying? So I think Yuta not getting with Maki is definitely the big miss. I feel like and the show was setting that up too. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't they setting that up back in literally like the first chapters of the series? You know what I'm saying back in JJK Zero. So I'm surprised that Gege didn't really get into that. You know what I'm saying? Considering how they both went through a lot, like a lot, like they lost a lot, been through a lot. I feel like yeah, that's definitely two that should have been together for sure. Okay, from Snake Eater 1911 Reborn. He said it doesn't feel like a conclusive ending. To be honest, I don't know what anyone has to say. That's definitely true right there. Definitely for true. Definitely for sure. I made no video about it, so yeah, definitely rushed. He should take more of his time on it. And man, yeah, I don't get a hype. Like when I got news when he was gonna end it in September. Now I thought the series was gonna end in like later this year, but when he said I'm gonna end it in September, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be a bad ending. So yeah, for sure, for sure. From King of Munchers. No Heian era flashback feels incredibly underdeveloped and could have given a lot of insight into characters that we know little about. Something like a hidden inventory arc, but in the Heian era. For number two, he says is that how Kenjaku was handled. Kenjaku was the merger was just kind of sad, or well, me it was kind of sad. It was kind of there and didn't really do anything. Especially the merger feels super lackluster. And for number three, Yuji's domain not getting the name. That's right. I don't even think he got a name for his little domain. He just kind of did it. Uh, I forgot about that, and that's one from the latest chapters. It's crazy, I forgot about that though. You know what I'm saying? This series has a lot of or just forgettable stuff, and it's just crazy. Um, for number four, he said the manga just kind of ends with no resolution. It feels like the end of a part of a manga, not the end of a manga in its entirety. Yeah, that's right. I just hope they don't make no Boruto out of JJK and all that stuff. I just hope they don't do it. To be honest, though, man, for real. And for number five, he said his lack of character interactions after the fight, especially nothing or basically nothing was talked about. Yeah. Wait, man, I don't even remember that. That's crazy, bro. That's man, I remember reading it. I completely forgot they like no one really talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want to even talk about Gojo dying. Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, bro. Like man, I forgot about that, but yeah, I don't even think they talk about Gojo dying, so that's crazy though. That's mad nuts. For real. And from here's another comment from Independent Sir 1535. The rest of the manga leading up to the ending failed to elicit the kind of emotion needed for the ending to work. I did not go into the ending feeling the emotions of the long journey this manga was so I could enjoy the ending. I went into the ending with frustration, confusion, and a whole lot of unanswered questions. Yes, for sure. Uh Too many plot holes. It's more plot holes than cheese. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's frustration was definitely on my part too because I felt frustration when he was playing on ending in September, not towards the end of the year. I just felt like, man, he's gonna rush it. I think everybody knew that, but definitely for sure, I definitely feel you right there. Definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. Okay, from there's another comment by Michael Morbius. The actual world surrounding it feels like a collateral for the message of give youth to the young people. In the vacuum of having someone who's literally stealing youth from people be killed, simple the main lifespan snatched, is good writing wise, in my personal opinion. Though having an adult be the one to kill him, it falls apart when you consider the fact that JJK has so many unanswered questions, missed character interactions. It does a great job of executing that one point. If the chapters leading up to this hadn't felt so rushed, for example, Namboro coming back, Yujo going nowhere. Does it help that the manga decides to drop stuff like Takaba, maybe having Kenjaku as a county partner? I forgot about that too. Gosh dang, man. That's crazy. As unlikely as it is, Gege feeds the idea by obscuring his face on purpose. Yeah, man. Bro, if he was supposed to the world, man, people would just, I don't know what they would do to him. That's crazy. However, the worst part of the ending has to be the parts that just feel like Gege is talking through us. Like 269 explains why the characters couldn't do certain stuff. Like we haven't had enough of Gojo Satoru. I was just saying that, yeah, this is the whole point of the last chapter where, yeah, I think the author's trying to say, have we had enough of him? You know? And also ending on what is basically Suguna's grave is kind of stupid. The ending was kind of the ending has a good skeleton, but it falls apart under the pressure of completing JJK properly. Yep. I forgot about the whole Kenjaku and that one county dude being a county duo partner. I think, you know what? I think I remember reading that. I was like, okay, man, I think this is gonna fall off extremely hard because no one's gonna watch this anime form. I mean, what kid is even gonna say this is good? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just yeah, I don't know. That was very weird, and I think yeah, man, I forgot about that one. But the whole thing with the Nabora coming back, I kind of told my brother and a lot of people that I think she's gonna come back, trying to, attack Sudna with the little one finger and nail it. And I saw this coming literally from last year when I was watching season two. I was like, man, I think they're gonna do that, and I was right. I was telling people that for years. You know what I'm saying? Even before season two came out, I think she's gonna do it. But I was like, no, she's dead. I don't think she is. I think she's gonna come back and do the one thing that she does. Nail something, and the fingers is one thing. So I just felt like she was gonna do that, and I guess she did. So I do praise Gege for that one, but damn, I just felt like she was gone for a little bit too long, man. Too long. Okay, next is from JN. I honestly just want to know more about the clans. A little bit more about the world building would have been nice. That is very much true though. I think I talked about it in my video too, saying how the clans is just lackluster. We don't really know nothing much about the clans, and it's just there, but not a lot of information. Like even Naruto has a lot of information on some of the clans, even though it's not really important again, but uh very lackluster in that one. And then in the thread it says, "I do wish we saw more Gojo clan." Yeah, like who's his mom, who's his dad, like how does he be born? Like, what I'm saying? I think they should have went more deeper to that. Any good writer would have went at least had a chapter about that, at least at best. Um, Next is from Dreamers Elite. The story was great. It just had next to nothing for world building. As to be expected though. I feel like we only saw the sorcery just in Japan, not outside of it. Um, I feel like he did try to do it, but it just didn't come out in the end. And that's true right there. From Chicken Soup Deluxe. I'm somewhat upset at how the final arcs don't feel like they changed the overall deeper story of JJK. They really don't. I feel like they had something going on from season one to to season two. Having some setups that kind of went to season two. I feel like we don't feel that again after the whole Shibuya arc. You know what I'm saying? From calling games to the Shinjuku showdown and all that stuff. I feel like we don't see much of those setups being played off. So that's just one thing I was like, man, I think it's gonna fall off heavily, and it just did. So um, very disappointing though. Very very disappointing. Very disappointing for real for real. Okay, next is from Hello, I am Weehee. Yeah. He said or she said, I'm disappointed because even though Gojo didn't come back, he still didn't get a proper death at a funeral. I was just talking about that earlier. Yeah, I feel like they didn't really talk about Gojo dying. They just kind of push off like, oh, he's dead, and boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't get no funeral. Considering he's one of the strongest swords of all time, he just kind of, I guess, he just kind of burned the body or something like that. Or I don't know, very weird though. But it's just also weird though too. If he's dead, does he have like another, Gojo out there? Is there another Gojo out there? It's just I don't know. Very strange how the whole thing with the Gojo clan works. Because if there's only one Gojo, then the Gojo clan is then they're dead. So, shit. Yeah, for real. From Big T 2422. I'm upset that we had a long year fight and quickly became the Sukuna cycle. I would have liked to see the plan and usually just suddenly had the strength to be Sukuna with zero build-up, both power-wise and ideology-wise. Uh, yeah, you know what? Honestly, yeah, that's I forgot about too. I think they did have a plan to try to be Sukuna. I mean, Sukuna was kind of watching everybody, but yeah, usually just had the strength, of the main character just to kind of beat him up type joint. It's just considering how he was sliced to a lot of people, especially how he just beat Gojo. I'm surprised Yuji was able to really kill him like that towards the end. Beat his ass to a pulp, literally. Um, but I guess if you do, with Maito, you could do it with Sukuna. But the Sukuna, look, Sukuna and Maito are on two different levels, so very surprised and shocked. But it is what it is, though. I guess. Next is okay. Next up, I think this is the last comment. Is from Sharp Luck 6348. No burial for Gojo, stupid Mahito, and Sugna scene, which caused a super ambiguous. Well, no, which was super ambiguous and was confusing. Seemed like both Mahito and Sugna were put into that last finger based on the hand and the bot and the butt, but there was no clarity. They should have ended it with a chapter where they started the last mission. It was more nearly packed up and felt organic. Mm, the last scene was Suguna and Mahito. Yeah, I'm surprised that that's. I'm really surprised that Mahito was even in like the last scene. You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't seen his ass since Spuya arc. I'm surprised that he was able to even talk to Suguna type joint. Even though they had a lot of talks before, I'm surprised that he was in like the little flashback of him going to the afterlife or whatever. Type joint. You know what I'm saying? So I just very strange to me though, and I'm surprised that he even left his finger into that to that little box thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that even they would do that. Uh, even though they said that his fingers are so strong that you can't destroy it, I would keep that sacred and hidden somewhere else where no one else can really find it. So I'm surprised it was just out in the open like that, and it felt like it was a middle finger towards us too. I don't know if it was a middle finger, but it did feel like a middle finger that Gege was doing towards the fan base for that ending, for sure, for sure, for sure. And all right, so that is the comments that you guys have made on the post I made on Reddit. I'm glad you guys have or did respond. It's probably like one of the funniest videos I did in a while. Like I said, it's my first video I ever did doing this. Kind of respond to comments and all that stuff. And honestly, I think for JJK, it's crazy how it did end up like this. But not crazy though, because I kind of saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was gonna call this series a plan, just like how Demon Slayer and Spy Family and the whole genre of Isekai is. But honestly though, ever since like I said, the hype of the Shibuya Instant arc, it had good writing to it. Everybody was tuning in, the whole world was tuning into it. So I couldn't call it a plant because it was slow at first, but kind of got better. So we think it's gonna get better and better and better and better and better, kind of like how Hunter x Hunter was. You know what I'm saying? This got better and better and better. This ain't no Hunter x Hunter. This is something else that's just gonna have some hype and it's gonna die down quick as hell. So in my first opinion for Mappa, they shouldn't even try to animate season 3 or 4 anytime quick or soon. I think I made a whole video on this too, that how they should wait till like 2027 to 2028 to animate season 3 and season 4. Matter of fact, they should just doing like animate all that into like 1 year, make and just be like the year of Jujutsu Kaisen, just end it all right there. Just in my personal opinion though, but I feel like they should animate at least Chainsaw Man Part 1 and Hell's Paradise, then go on to the next season, the next phase of JJK. Because honestly, seeing how the manga ended right there, they don't even need a rush to make a season 3 and 4 because it's not good anyway. So yeah. So I thank you guys for commenting on my post and me making this video. And it seems like you guys for speaking some real true, that real true talk. And to me, that's just facts right there.